Possibly one of the most infamous aquatic predators of prehistory, the Megalodon is 15 meters and 60 tons of whale-eating shark, and it makes Bruce, the shark from Jaws, look positively like a guppy, and it is, by far, and without a doubt, one of the most overrated animals of all time. Hello and welcome back to Tricolor Gaming with me, Fletcher. And in this video I'm going to be going over 5 aquatic animals that I would rather have than the fat shark in Jurassic World Evolution 2. Let's get straight into it. Number 5. Endocaris. The largest of the orthocone species, these relatives of squid and nautilus roamed the oceans of the Ordovician around 450 million years ago. The Endocaris remains the largest of these animals, with most size estimates ranging from 1 meter to around 6 meters, and there are even some fragmentary remains that indicate it could go as high as 9 meters. I think an animal like this would be a very unique and different animal for our lagoon. Not only would that pointed shell be perfect for some beautiful and decorative skins, but the fact that it has a unique body shape and method of locomotion, as well as those tentacles, would make it a very unique and different animal to any of the others we have in our lagoons. I can also imagine it would have some very interesting kill animations on other lagoon animals. Number 4. Basilosaurus, one of the earliest whale species, and with a skull that would give anybody nightmares, the Basilosaurus is one of the most important aquatic animals, being the first ancient whale ever discovered. First found in America, the Basilosaurus was originally thought to be a reptile, hence the saurus part in its name. However, later it was directly linked to mammals, possibly growing as large as 20 meters long and weighing nearly 7 tons. This long, slim, almost snake-like whale would be a perfect animal to match our mosasaur. I can imagine it having some very whale-like vocalizations and social animations in the game. And with jaws right off a demon from hell, it would certainly make short work of those sharks hanging from the feeders. Number 3. Symbospondylus. One of the earliest members of the ichthyosaur family, the Symbospondylus was a supersized member of the group. Some species could have reached 17 meters long, weighing over 40 tons. While the new Shonisaurus would be bigger than the Symbospondylus, this animal has often been presented as a faster, more aggressive hunter, having a slimmer body and more flexible tail. The main reason why I'd like to see this animal in the game is that it would be another member of the ichthyosaur family that came in a large range of sizes, but it would also add further representation to the Triassic period. Halfway through my list, and if you have your own suggestions about animals you would rather see than Megalodon, leave a comment below, and while you're there, don't forget to give us a like and subscribe to keep up to date with all the content and streams from us at Tricolor Gaming. Number 2. Calopterus. Dating back to the early Devonian period, this remains one of the largest arthropods of all time. A member of the Eurypterid family, or sea scorpions, this animal could have reached over 2.5 meters long. Unlike land-based scorpions, these aquatic adapted animals had large paddle-like tails and streamlined bodies. Again, like the orthocones, I think this animal would be well suited to being included in JWE2 as a completely unique animal with unique animations, and I can imagine its exoskeleton having some very decorative patterns. They could even lean on the unique phenomenon of modern scorpions glowing under ultraviolet light to give these animals lux skins. Before we get to the last animal on my list, I want to go over some honourable mentions. Endocaris, one of Earth's first and oldest super predators, would be cool. However, I think that its small size, only about a meter long, would make it unsuitable for the size of our lagoons. Helicoprion and Stethocanthus would make for 2 very interesting species of prehistoric shark that visually stand out more than Megalodon, especially Helicoprion, with that strange curled buzzsaw tooth blade. There are of course smaller prehistoric whale species like Dorodon or the giant tusked Odobenoceratops, a strange narwhal-like whale that would have also made for unusual additions. And since we have those new resting rocks, this also opens up the options for animals that spent time on land and the water, such as Tanystropheus, crocodilians like Chasmatosaurs, and the giant amphibians like Coolosuchus and Hynerpeton. All these animals would make for far better additions to the game than Megalodon, which is, let's be fair, just an oversized shark. So what is the last species that I would like to see instead of Megalodon? Number 1. Leedsichthys. A supersized filter-feeding fish, this enormous Jurassic period animal would be a true giant airship for our lagoons. At a size of more than 20 meters long, it would also represent an animal that is fairly relaxed and peaceful for our lagoons, while it would also provide something similar to the sauropods that we have on land but for the lagoons. I can also imagine that an animal like this would represent a big feeding opportunity for marine predators. So that is 5 animals that I would rather see in the game than Megalodon. But there is one last thing I would like to tackle. What if they do add the Megalodon to the game? What would I like to see? I think the main defining issue with the Megalodon is that it's too often depicted as an oversized great white shark, often down to its coloration and patterning. It should be noted that the exact species relatives and the depiction of Megalodon is something that paleontologists have not decided on, with some suggesting that it would more accurately look like a whale shark or even a basking shark. This would be a good way of making the Meg more interesting for JWE2 to take one of those other ideas. Of course, that would require the Megalodon loving community to accept a different interpretation of the animal. What would you do? What animals do you think are more worthy of a place in the game other than Megalodon? Let me know down in the comments below. Don't forget to give us a like and subscribe for more content from all of us at Triquel Gaming. Until next time, stay safe and goodbye.